Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Kaspa. We're going to talk some fundamentals, what Kaspa is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, Kaspa compared to the dollar, Kaspa compared to the Bitcoin chart. Of course, we're going to talk some traditional markets. As my prediction has been coming out right today, and let's see how it's going to play out by the end of the week. Of course, we're going to talk about the Bitcoin chart because that's the godfather of all coins, and the altcoin season is very basically the altcoin movement is pretty much determined by the Bitcoin chart, and not always, but they're very much correlated. So that's why I'm starting every video with the Bitcoin chart. And yeah, let's just start with it. And so far, we started this correction. I've told you my personal opinion. So initially, I had a prediction where we gonna start dropping prices just before we hit 100,000. But then I've changed my mind, I've told you that perhaps we're gonna go above 100,000 because we almost went to 100,000. That we're gonna go to 100,000, and then potentially we will reach a price of around 109,000, and then the correction will continue. Regardless, either it's gonna be 100,000, 109,000. I still anticipate a correction and and test these prices and pretty much test this yearly resistance line twice as resistance in 2021 in April and November 2021, price of around 64 and 69,000. This trend line acted as resistance, and of course in the beginning of this year, in March of 2024, the price of around 73,000 acted again as resistance. So we broke out of it this month, and we had a huge upside momentum. So basically, from price of around 65, 66,000, we never had the pullback. This month, we didn't have any pullbacks, and this is the first pullback, and it's not really a huge pullback, just a slight pullback. And yeah, let's see how it's gonna play out. But regardless, either we're gonna go to 109 or 100,000. I anticipate to start testing price of around 80 to 85,000. Find the support because we never actually tested it. We just broke out of it. So we're coming back. We tested it. We turn it into support, and then we're gonna have more upside momentum. And by the end of the year or early next one, by end of January of 2025. I'm not going to be surprised if Bitcoin goes above 120,000. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. This is not a financial advice. Is everything I'm saying in this video? It is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do diligence and make your own research. Because as I've said, this is not a financial advice. And let's just concentrate on the on S&P 500 because traditional markets, they're very much correlated with the Bitcoin chart and the crypto markets. And since I launched my channel, I've been nothing but right. Here end of July, from middle of July till beginning of August, we had a huge 10% correction on the downside. ABC correction, nothing more than the extraordinary. I've seen that before. And while all these big YouTubers were calling for a bear market, I said this is just a correction. We remain higher highs, higher lows. We remain bullish, and we had a V-shaped recovery, and that's exactly what I told you. I think my very first video was a V-shaped recovery. You can turn back some of my videos, guys. Everything has been documented, and you clearly see everything is there. So from prices, we went at its almost all-time high prices at 5,650, and then I've told you it'll be healthy for the overall trend to actually come back and test this previous twice as resistance. We turn it into support, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend and start hitting price of around 6,000, and that's exactly what we did. From 6,000, I've told you a little pullback. It will be actually healthy. We turned this local top at 5,850. We pull back exactly there, and we turn it into support, this previous local top, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend. And I've told you by this week, I'm not going to be surprised at all if we start hitting price of above 6,150. And in the process, we've actually formed a reverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish signal, and measured from the head to the bottom. And the price target should be above 6,250. So I mean, that's what I'm anticipating by the end of the year or early next one to hit these prices. But let's just talk about Kaspa. And I've told you, Kaspa is everything is connected. So the way Bitcoin is connected, the Bitcoin movement is connected with the S&P 500. They're very much correlated. That that's how some of the outs are connected with the Bitcoin. And sooner than later, in my personal opinion, um, Kaspa will outperform Bitcoin in the immediate short term. This is just my personal opinion. This is not a financial advice. I think let's just talk about Kaspa and what Kaspa is all about, what makes it unique. Um, Kaspa is a proof of work cryptocurrency which implements the GOSDAC protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, GOSDAC does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. The Kaspa blockchain is actually a block DAC. Something specific about Kaspa is that it's extraordinarily fast. The transactions are super fast. They're relatively cheap. There are so many people who want to subscribe to that network. And according to the Meltdown flow, that what makes one network truly special and truly valuable is the people who actually want to join that network. And if we just concentrate on the market capitalization, at the time of recording is around 3 billion 800 million. The total supply is so the maximum supply is around 28 billion, but the total supply and the circulated supply at this particular moment is around 25 billion. So in order for Casper to reach $1, we need a market capitalization of 25 billion. So if the market capitalization goes at around 100 billion, the way Cardano, ADA, BNB, Dogecoin. Even Dogecoin went above 100 billion market capitalization back in 2021, 4 years ago. This bull cycle, some of these coins can go even further than 100 billion. So potentially, if Casper goes between 80 and 100 billion, that will be prices of around $354. I'm not going to be surprised at all if something like that plays out. But let's just see the charts and how potentially this thing can play out. And since its launch, Kaspa has been hitting nothing but high lows and high highs, which is a bullish structure. You can clearly see it. And from pretty much here, October of 2023, we've been on an upside momentum in this huge bullish channel pattern. We actually dropped below it, and I've told you here that, in my personal opinion, this is a fake out, and that's how it's playing out so far. So good. It was in fact a fake out. We had a huge upside momentum. We went inside this channel pattern, this bullish channel pattern, and what I'm anticipating now is to actually go and test this upper trend line at price of around 23-24 cents. Of course, that's going to be all-time high. And my personal opinion, if we break out of it at price of around 24 cents, perhaps we come back at 23 cents. We turn this huge multiple resistance at, so we tested it in November of 2023, February of 2024. We tested it here twice again in June and July of 2024. So if we snap out of it and we turn it into support, then in my personal opinion, we can quickly go to $1. Then we're gonna have a full price discovery, and potentially Kaspa, as I've mentioned earlier, can reach a market capitalization of around 100 billion, and that will be at price of around 375, at around 375 for Kaspa. I'm not gonna be surprised if something like that plays out. And if we look at the chart Kaspa compared to the Bitcoin, I thought initially that this can be like a reverse head and shoulders, and we can snap out of it. But right now, what I'd like to see is to actually go and test this resistance line at price of around, so pretty much doubling from here. If we snap out of it, we come back, we test this pretty much from its all-time high resistance. We can go and potentially test price of around so this is like 50,000, so around 4x from here, and 4x on the Bitcoin terms, that's at least 10x on USD. So that's so 15 cents at this moment. So above 150. But once we hit price of above like the all-time high, it's around 18 cents, I think. Or it was a bit further than that. Yeah, around 20 cents. So once we hit above 20 cents and potentially we go and test this trend line at 22 cents, we snap above it, turn it into support, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend. In my personal opinion, we can quickly go to $1, and then once we have a full price discovery, uh, we can end up and for higher prices. Of course, the Kaspa can easily go to zero as well. So always be open-minded, be level-headed, do your diligence before you make your own research. Because anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, that would be absolutely amazing. You're going to show me that you really, really support my work. Plus, you can get my two books, my crypto guidebook, over 60 pages filled with very useful information about this bull cycle, and the other book, The Art of Chart Analysis, of how to become a sophisticated trader. You can gain quite a lot of knowledge in terms of chart analysis, and with that subscription comes on the weekly basis uh, exclusive content with the most underappreciated, undervalued coins out there, some of them 50, 100x potential. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.